Hello everyone, how's it going?
Hi.
We just got out of 1917. This movie originally came out during Christmas, but it was not released here locally until today, which is January 9th. So,
Lame.
boo. Okay, here's my thoughts. A lot to process, but I do feel like this movie is an experience and not a movie at all.
Yeah, I agree.
I am gonna say this: critiquing this movie seems wrong.
It does.
Because
it does.
Because
it's not really a movie as much as it is a
experience,
virtual reality.
Not just that; it's just the story and everything they shot was real. I've been reading a little bit. It's
almost a play. It is a play, but they put it on film.
Yeah, I mean, Look, like the writer and director of this movie, that's his grandfather on screen that you're watching.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
So the emotional impact is really high because he's telling his family's story.
I didn't realize
of
that.
his great grandfather. And they have his diary and they have his notes and his father, and every little detail in this movie is not just there because it looks pretty or nice or, oh, look, war.
No. A lot of it doesn't look pretty.
Yeah, it is a pretty film, but
it's
not
well
in
done, but not in
not in the sense that you would think. But
right.
This is the best war movie I have ever seen. Maybe Saving Private Ryan for me up there, because nothing is Hollywoodized.
No, not at all.
And I didn't know how much the boys and their stories, and I won't spoil it, but something happens like in the beginning of this movie that just takes a different trajectory. But I'll save that for the spoiler review. But like, I was so invested in this mission, what they had to go through to deliver the message, and how it played out on screen, because it's not really meant to be a movie you can just sit there and like just be like, oh yeah, like no, everything.
You can't talk over it. You
can't,
text during it. You're
yeah, I don't know what else I can say except to say, holy crap. This should have been Best Picture, absolutely. I'm glad it won the Golden Globes. Looking back on it now after watching it, it's weird to watch the Golden Globes and be like, oh yeah, whoever wins Best Picture here is gonna win the Oscar. And I was like, I don't know about that. I'm feeling Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Nope, absolutely not. This movie deserves it 100%. And that's just 10 out of 10. This is not a movie. Go see it. George.
The filmography was great. The story was extremely realistic, obviously. No.
Obviously.
It was really, I would put that as my number 2 for like war movies of all time.
Yeah,
probably
Saving Private Ryan and this.
And then this.
Yeah.
It was a very close second, because I mean, being that it was a real story and everything.
I do feel like this is the Saving Private Ryan for World War.
Yeah.
For World War One.
Yeah, I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
But
oh wow!
I'll just go ahead and say this is better.
No, you need to see it.
You should see it.
Right.
If you like this, you watch Saving Private Ryan.
Really? Because I'm usually bored to tears by war movies.
Not that one. Okay. Not this one either.
Not that one.
I don't think I could.
It's right out of the gate too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right.
So 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Best movie should win Best Picture, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, Shannon.
Just the fact that they filmed this entire movie in one shot.
How the hell did you do that?
How? I don't know.
They didn't.
And
They didn't?
No.
It was.
But it looks like it is.
They did a very good job of meshing scenes.
Oh,
I think there
that
was
makes
maybe
sense.
2 or 3 cuts that I noticed.
The one where he gets knocked out. Sorry,
gets knocked
that's not
out.
spoiler. Not a big spoiler.
When they're underwater.
And they're underwater. Yep.
But I mean, there's not very many cuts in this movie.
That's true.
It's long shots.
Really long takes. Yeah.
Like hour long, like a whole hour or half an hour.
Right.
And kudos to them, because who knows how many times they had to shoot and reshoot.
Right. Oh my God, let's talk about the cinematography and the soundtrack.
The soundtrack was incredible. I went into this I recognized this music from somewhere, like it sounds familiar. And then at the end, it said that it was Thomas Newman who did the soundtrack. Do you guys know who that is?
No.
I have no idea.
So you know Randy Newman? Who
Yeah,
did
of course.
Toy Story?
Yeah,
it's actually his cousin.
That makes complete sense.
And
I don't
he
know why
did
it
the
does, but
music
it does.
for the 2004 Lemony Snicket movie. He did the music for Finding Nemo,
Oh,
Saving Mr. Banks.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I hear it's
Great
good.
soundtrack. Anytime Thomas Newman does music, I hear it and I go, okay, yes,
Yeah.
I recognize him.
Yeah,
He's very distinct in that sound.
yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
that's fascinating. Cinematography, Roger Deakins, the greatest film like cinematographer that has ever lived, is shooting this movie. You see it, how
What else has he
beautiful.
done?
Oh my gosh, so many movies. Blade Runner 2049 was recent. He did what was he won for Blade Runner, but he also did this Brad Pitt movie, Jesse James and the
I haven't heard
Coward.
of it.
That one's really good. He's done tons of movies. If you look at his filmography, I think he has like 100. Oh, Skyfall. He did Skyfall.
Oh, yeah.
The 007 movie.
So, you know when you go on a Disney ride and you're on a track and you're on like a cart
Yeah.
and you're fully, completely immersed in the experience?
Mhm.
That's what this entire movie felt like.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never done that. So
I mean, what I'm saying is what I think, and now it's actually hitting me because this movie is so hard to process, but I'm like realizing right now, this second, you are the cameraman.
Yes,
you are
yes,
in
yes.
the war with the
You're
trenches.
in them when they crouch down, that you
crouch down. Like how this film portrays you, a person in the war, while watching these two guys walk through enemy lines.
They rarely shoot from the front. Like you rarely
They
see
sometimes do. They switch back and forth.
But mostly you see from the back as
Yeah.
if you were following behind them.
Right.
That's true.
And for the first half of the movie, I was like, this is a story of two guys' butts, like just walking through the woods.
Yeah, and I think it's really cool. It's like if you tagged along, like that's what you would see.
Yeah.
Right.
That would've been-
And that's, I don't even know what
It's
to think
like
of that.
being,
But
being the third wheel, the movie.
yeah. it really puts I had high anxiety like pretty much 90% of this movie.
I know, me too.
Because
yeah.
I felt like I was the third man camera.
I felt like I was gonna get shot.
Shot.
There's a bomb, and
Right.
the guy was gonna die.
And
yeah.
who's like the way there's this small scene, it's not spoiler, but he's like crouching under the bridge, the river scene, right before the
Yeah.
big river scene. There's a
Yep.
small river scene, and he's just slowly coming around, and he goes around the house slowly with this gun poking out because there's a sniper, and then he finds the guy, and I won't
Yeah.
spoil what happens, but I was completely sold in that, and that's just one
completely
of like
sold.
a million not a million, but like hundreds of other scenes that kind of really captured that. The barn scene, when one's like, hey, do you see like anybody? Oh, look, I found milk. Oh, like, you know, like everything is just so visceral, and the camera is just so unique in the way it's portraying this film that I really can't say I've ever seen any movie do this.
No, I don't think so. I know Birdman had a lot of long takes, but I didn't.
It's like taking Birdman and putting it on steroids.
Yeah, I
With
never
the camera
saw
work.
that one.
Yeah. Birdman's great. I love it.
This
that's
is-
a good one.
This would be a
actually.
movie that you should watch with virtual reality glasses on.
I don't think I could do that.
You would probably go crazy.
Yeah,
You'd
like-
you'd go insane because you think you're in the middle of World War One.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, my final thought, because we want to talk about spoilers. Here's what I'm going to say. This is film history you are watching. When you watch this movie, you're not watching a movie. You're watching cinema history of like what's being portrayed. This is probably going to go down as Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan. Gosh, I can't even name every Gladiator.
It feels like they just took a camera into the war and they're
Yeah.
just showing you the footage.
And nothing.
Yeah.
The night scene where it's like dark and it's on fire and he's walking through these like buildings that have fallen apart, and how the light hits the ground. And then the music.
I was gonna mention that scene. Nothing else like it.
Yeah.
Wow. At first I thought they were doing a time lapse because I was asking you guys
Yeah.
when they said they were gonna do this all in one shot. I was like, how are they gonna have actors have breaks and things because it's a long movie? Well, it's actually a short movie. It's only like an hour and a half.
No, it's 2 hours.
Is it 2 hours?
It's 2 hours. 1:59 on the dot.
1:59, okay.
I thought it was 1.5 hours too, but I guess I think you thought so too, right?
Yeah, because I heard from you.
That's what you told us.
That's what I know.
But-
I
I was like, oh, I heard this. It is shorter than most of the war movies. Most war movies are 2.5 to 3. So this is still shorter.
So when you said that, I thought maybe they would have some time lapses where they shoot the sky for like 24 hours and then they speed it up for us to make it all one shot, but it took over the course of a day.
Right.
But they never ended up doing that in this movie, and it feels like it's in real time.
Right.
You feel like you
have 24 hours to send this message to the general to stop from 1,500 men being slaughtered, basically, because it's a trap. It's a trap. So, yeah, let's just cut it off here. Best movie. If I saw this last year, it would have hit number 1.
This definitely would have been on my top 10
This
list.
thing is going to win like 10 Oscars when the Academy Award comes in February. Best Picture, Best Cinematography, Best Soundtrack, Best Set Design, Best Costume.
Best Acting.
Best Acting. I wasn't really into the acting, surprisingly.
I think
but that's
part
because
of that was because of the long takes. So
Yeah.
they didn't. It wasn't like
not that the actors were bad by
with
any means.
No,
with
they
a
weren't.
take that long, you just can't get perfect acting.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
true.
So yeah, I say go see it right now, and then don't critique this. I mean, like I love movies. I love critiquing. I like criticizing. I like telling what I don't like. I feel completely wrong even thinking of what I could critique about this movie because it seems
No, I have
so
nothing
important.
negative to say at
Yeah. So yeah, that's our review. Go see it. 10 out of 10. Golden Popcorn, best movie of the year. Probably gonna win all the Oscars. And look out for our spoiler review, guys. Take care. Bye.